fictional movie Mad Max, released in 2015, grasps at a reality that is not too far-fetched from the current state of the Salton Sea. As you can see, the resemblances between the two are uncanny. Dune buggies flying by at Bombay Beach, miles of exposed playa due to water scarcity, an almost uninhabitable environment where the inhabitants are struggling to maintain a healthy life, with greater cities or powers with their hand on the faucet of the resources that could make a change. Mad Max, like all science fiction movies, serves the purpose to warn us of what our future may be if precaution and action is not taken. For the sake of the Salton Sea, action to counter the declining air quality are crucial, or else another one will bite the dust, and it isn't as catchy as Queen singing it. In 1905, the Great Depression produced by Mount Uplift in the Imperial County known as the Salton Basin was flooded by water from an accidental breach of a canal from the Colorado River when efforts to divert the water to the agricultural hub within the community failed. The lake continued to grow for 2 years, resulting in a 400 square mile body of water. It became the largest lake in California. It was believed that the Salton Sea would be gone by the 1920s, but it continued to flourish and slowly started to develop life. During the 1950s and for the next decade, the Salton Sea became a recreational center for tourists filled with resorts and attractions. But due to the physical geography of the Salton Sea, with no natural sources of fresh water and no direct flow to the ocean, there was nowhere for the water to go but to either seep into the ground or evaporate, which causes increasing levels of salinity. This led to the demise of its attraction for tourists in the 1970s, among other factors, such as flooding, unsafe algae blooms due to agricultural runoff, and lead contributing to big fish die-offs. The large ecosystem that the Salton Sea supports is disappearing, and more playa is being exposed, leaving the surrounding communities in critical danger. The Imperial County has always struggled for a breath of fresh air, from a number of different factors such as natural dust broken up by off-road vehicles, soot from crop-burning farmland, pesticides sprayed onto produce, cars stalled at the border, and heavy manufacturing and industrial sources that pollute the air. All without factoring in the acres of exposed playa being lifted into the air from the Salton Sea, which in the next couple of years has the potential of increasing to 34,700 acres in 2022, according to Air Pollution Control Officer Matt Desert. More recently, the wildfires occurring in North and Southern California are contributing to the Salton Sea air quality problem, forcing Governor Gavin Newsom to declare a state of emergency. Matt Desert, as described in the Desert Sun article, Imperial County declares Salton Sea emergency, demands California take action, explains the motivation for declaring a state of emergency is that the county has experienced 80 days in which the air quality exceeded federal coarse particulate limits. Over the years, the Salton Sea has been a basin for collecting agricultural runoff from non-point sources containing high amounts of chemicals such as salts, selenium, and fertilizers. The collective mixture gives off a foul scent, indicating the sea being composed of hazardous waste. From the Riverside Press Enterprise, much of the arsenic and selenium is considered for disposal in a toxic dump. It was reported in 2018 from the Pacific Institute that in the next 15 years, the flow of water into the lake will be reduced by 40%, and the volume will decline 60%, exposing more of the playa, and the salinity is projected to triple. With the continuing shrinkage of the sea, there will be more than 100 square miles of playa left exposed. The playa contains the toxic dust sediments that are fine enough to be lodged into the lungs and near impossible to get out. As the Salton Sea continues to shrink, the playa becomes exposed and creates toxic air for nearby communities. USC researchers are concerned for the Salton Sea and how it's affecting the health of local children. According to USC News, in 2017, they started measuring lung function and asking about other health issues like asthma and coughing among hundreds of kids at 5 elementary schools in the communities south of the Salton Sea. The air pollution in the Salton Sea causes health problems like asthma and other respiratory issues, such as wheezing, allergies, dry cough, and symptoms of bronchitis. KPBS News states that the asthma-related emergency visits for every 10,000 residents is about twice as high as the statewide average. Health officials say 23,000 children and adults have asthma in the Imperial County. Children are being raised in an environment that was much different than their parents 40 years ago. Eva, who attended Westmoreland Union Elementary School, the same school that her children are currently enrolled in, claims that during her time at the school, there were less students with asthma. Recent reports indicate 64 students at the school have asthma, which makes up 17% of the student body. The school is prepared for any action deemed necessary, as it is equipped with inhalers and signals parents of the air quality around the area with colored flags. To ensure children's safety, for the parents and/or guardians, the school has 4 different flag colors to put on its flagpole. A green flag indicates safe air quality. A yellow flag indicates that the air quality is at a moderate level. An orange flag advises that those with asthma should remain indoors. Finally, a red flag indicates that everyone should be kept inside. Westmoreland is one of 10 schools in the Imperial Valley that uses this flag system. While the flag system is helpful and preventative, it shouldn't have to be this way. The Salton Sea was created by man, and it's man's indecisiveness that prevents action and solutions from developing to combat the increasing air quality threats. The failure to communicate and cooperate toward a single goal could be the demise of the sea. The fact is, something needs to be done. There is human, animal, and habitat life at stake. Whether it be wetlands, a geothermal plant, or algae blooms that plan to decrease the amount of exposed playa, teetering between plans will not stop people from suffering from health-related effects due to air pollution. Nature has always been in favor of diversification in ecosystems, and that is what needs to happen to the Salton Sea. Geothermal plants can offer an economic boost to the Imperial County residents and future dust suppression plans, while providing a renewable energy source. Algae can eat harmful algae and suppress dust. Habitat ponds can save species and cover exposed playa. Instead of searching for the perfect, all-encompassing plan that may never exist, let's start somewhere and take action. While all these may be expensive, the harmful costs of the sea, if nothing is done, are far greater.
Wait, get this for a bit, because you need like at least 10 seconds of it for a video. You got it?